What about the evaluation of the quarterbacks from last night? What about those guys?
Yeah, well, let's start with the winner there in Mac Jones.
Yep.
Mac Jones is gonna challenge some thinking, because if you look at the quarterbacks that have been the younger guys, right? They all can move. They're all athletic, and they have to be able to get away from some trouble, because the offensive line play in the NFL is not great. So when you look at the quarterbacks that haven't had success, the younger guys, and look, different people, I get that. But when you look at Josh Rosen, not the most mobile guy. Dwayne Haskins, not the most mobile guy. That's been kind of the way the league is going. Mac Jones, not the greatest athlete in the world, but with how accurate he was, the decision-making, the processing speed, it was off the charts. So the good news for him, I think he's going to have a good shot to go in the first round. And the better news for him is it probably would be towards the back half of the first round, which would mean he'd go to a place with better football team, better offensive line, more players. And when you look at the draft, I think, we know up to pick 24 now, Rich. So when you look at teams like Indianapolis at 21 and you look at Pittsburgh at 24, those to me make a lot of sense for somebody like Mac Jones from what we saw last night.
Right, and you also have the Jets sitting there at 23 with the Seahawks pick that they got in the Jamal Adams trade, but I want to put a pin in that in a second, unless you want to unpin it with the conversation with Justin Fields right now.
No, I think, look, the Jets, they have to make the decision if it's Sam or somebody else. To me, I know we've talked about this a little bit before about the potential of, maybe you take the quarterback with pick 23. Maybe you wait around there. To me, I think the decision will come down to it's either Sam or you're going to take one of those quarterbacks there at number 2, and the decision's going to come down to more than likely Justin Fields versus Zach Wilson. So that to me would be the decision there. Justin Fields played out of his mind in the Clemson game. Was more, didn't play as nearly as well last night against Alabama, but I saw in the pregame they said 95%. That he was 95% healthy. Do you buy that, Rich? He did not look like he was 95% healthy to me. I mean, he wasn't bad.
Right.
He played okay, but he did not look like he was 100% out there.
Well, what he was doing is going against the best competition he's seen all year. Trey Sermon going out pretty much damn near right away couldn't have helped at all. Yeah. But I guess the question is that if you let's give you the floor here. You have to make an evaluation. Yeah. Sam Darnold or Justin Fields. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm going to go door number 3 and go Zach Wilson.
Okay.
To me, right now, and there's a lot more to do here, I would say Zach Wilson right now is ahead of Justin Fields as a player right now, in my opinion. Now, Justin Fields, there's more meat on the bone there. I think there's more growth potential and more upside. You're hoping for a Josh Allen type deal with him where it's just you're going to get him, and every year he's going to get a little bit better, and his best is yet to come. But I think Zach Wilson is a better football player right now than Justin Fields is. So that to me is going to be a kind of an now or later type discussion in the draft room with those two guys.
Well,
and I would go fresh. To answer the Sam Darnold versus the draft guys, I'm hiring a new coach if you're the Jets, and I'm going to start the clock over with a new quarterback, and it's kind of ushering in hopefully a newer, more successful era of Jets football.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.